Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Firas Aliyan bin Jamaluddin. So, this our presentation for subject Sport Biomechanics, which is SPS501. And our title for this assignment is Comparison between the professional and novice player for jumping smash in badminton. Before we start, let me introduce our group members first. First is Muhammad Arif Haikal bin Zulkafli. Second is Saiful Amzar bin Sabri. And third is Nur Syaza binti Ishaq. And last is Anis Fatimah binti Muhammad Arifin. This assignment is prepared for Sir Al-Hafiz Abu Bakar. So, let's start our presentation. Okay, now we go to the introduction. First is badminton is a racket sport played using rackets to hit a shuttlecock across a net. Although it may be played with a larger teams, the most common forms of the game are singles with one player per side and doubles, two players per side. Second is badminton joined to Olympic Games since 1992. In 1992, badminton debuts as a summer Olympic sport with 4 events, which is men's single, women's singles, men's double, and women's doubles. Mixed doubles was added 4 years later. Third is badminton was introduced to the Commonwealth Games in Kingston, Jamaica in 1966. Next is jumping smash is basically taking a jump before hitting the shuttle to give it a triple angle and making it very hard for the opponent to return. The jump that is taken before hitting the smash is because it generates a lot of power, making it more effective. And last one is jumping smash is the one of most powerful overhead shoot in badminton because it can get the point in badminton with the powerful of smash.
So there is 4 phases of movement to do the jump smash. So the first one is preparation. So before attempting to do the jump smash, you need to make sure that you are in a good posture and you need to check that you are holding the racket appropriately in the forehand grip to guarantee that the shuttle will go to the desired directions, and a firm grip of the racket is unproductive and it will result a bad stroke. So the second phase is timing. So for timing, if you are late when attempting to do the jump smash, you may end up hitting the shuttle in front of the net. So the third phase is acceleration. So in this phase, you need to utilize your racket leg to push off the ground. So your muscles should be relaxed and your body should not be stiff. Make sure to use your non-racket arm to target and balance your body, and gently lift yourself off the ground and bend your legs back. And the last phase is a follow through phase. So this is a critical since restoring equilibrium after a lip smash may appear difficult at first. However, it's critical to land appropriately and in balanced manner so that you can prepare for any return. But the landing is also crucial. While you are in the air, you need to shuffle your legs and your racket leg need to come forward so that it will land first. So before attempting to do this jump smash, you need to know that do not play this stroke unless you are certain that you can do it, because any errors of timing will make you lose point. And always get as high as you can, and you need to learn how to keep your body balance when you are landing.
The muscle and joint that are involved in the badminton jumping smash. For the muscle, we had deltoid, bicep brachii, tricep brachii, core muscle such as abdominal and the oblique, and also the lower back, gluteus maximus, forearm, hamstring, quadricep, and calf. Gluteus maximus is the largest muscle in the body, located in the buttocks. It is responsible for the extending and externally rotate the hips, which helps to generate more power and the stability for the jump and the swing. Forearm are the muscle in the lower arms. They are responsible for the gripping the racket and the snapping the wrist, which help to add more power and angle to the shot. Hamstring are the muscle in the back of the thighs. They are responsible for the flexing the knees and knees, which help to bring the leg back after the jump and prepare for the landing. Quadricep are the muscle in the front of the thigh. They are responsible for the extending knees, which help to propel the body upward and forward for the jump. Okay, and calf. For the calf muscle that involved is the gastrocnemius, Achilles tendons, and the soleus. Next, for the joint involvement, they had 5 joints in the badminton jumping smash. They are shoulder joint, elbow joint, wrist joint, hip joint, knee joint, and ankle joint. Elbow and wrist joint are the key for the racket control and the accuracy. They allow for the flexion and extension of the forearm and the wrist to enabling accurate contact with the shuttlecock. Shoulder joint are engaged with the swinging motion of the racket. They allow for the abduction, flexion, and internal and external rotation to control the racket path. Hip joint hip joint is important for the generate power during the jump and control the movement of the hip and pelvis. They undergo flexion during the squatting phase and extension during the upward thrust of the jump. And last one, ankle joint are the critical for the provide stability during the jump and landing phase of the smash. They allow for the plantar flexion during takeoff and dorsiflexion upon the landing.
For the task analysis, 1 professional and 1 amateur athlete were selected, and both of the athlete needs to execute the badminton jump smash. So now I'm going to explain the form of motion when doing the jump smash. There is 3 form of motions. The first one is rectilinear motion. So rectilinear motions occurs when the shuttle move at the same speed in the same direction at the same times. The next one is general motions. The term general motions refer to the mix of linear and rotational motions. General motion also the most prevalent sort of motion in sport and physical training. And the last motion is angular motions. This motion is the motion of the body along the curved road with a constant and uniform angular of velocity. The form of motions that was performed by the amateur athlete that was chosen. So the initial motions of this illustration is rectilinear motions. Rectilinear motions occur when the item considered to be in the linear motion, which is the straight lines. So in this image, rectilinear motions occur when the shuttle move at the same speed in the same directions when the athlete struck, which is performing the smash. So this type of motion describe that the movement of a body which is a two particle of a body move rectilinearly if they traverse the same distance along with two parallel straight lines. So for angular motions is the angle of the athlete's hands when performing the smash. So the second form of motion is performed by the professional athletes. So the professional athlete was doing the same movement like the amateur athletes, but the difference is the angle of motions, which is the professional athletes goes to jump higher than the amateur athlete to make his smash more powerful.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Saiful Amzar bin Sabri. Today I will explain to you the lever system. The lever system involved in badminton jumping smash is a third class lever. A third class lever is a type of a lever where the fulcrum is located between the effort force and the load force. In the case of badminton jumping smash, the fulcrum is the player ankle. The effort force is the player arm and racket. The load force is the shuttlecock. Next, the fulcrum is the point around which the lever pivots. In the case of badminton jumping smash, the fulcrum is the player ankle. The effort force is the force that is applied to the lever in order to move it. In the case of a badminton jumping smash, the effort force is the force applied by the player's arm and racket. The load force is the force that is being moved by the lever. In the case of a badminton jumping smash, the load force is the force the shuttlecock against the racket.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Arif Haikal, and I will talk about the kinematic analysis of jumping smash. First of all is range of motion, the joints. In jumping smash, there is consists of 5 joints involved in it. First of all, the shoulder joint rotates and extends during the swing of the racket. The elbow joint extends during the swing of the racket. The wrist joint snaps at impact with the shuttlecock. The ankle joint and the knee joint extends during the takeoff phase of the jump. Next point is the jump height. The jump height is the maximum height that the player reaches during the jumping smash. The jump height is important for generating power and speed. Next is the summation of force. It involves with core strength. The core muscle help to transfer power from the legs to the upper body. A strong core is essential for generating a powerful summation of force. Next is upper body strength. The upper body muscle, including the shoulders, arms, and wrists, also play a role in generating power for the jumping smash. However, it is important to note that the jumping smash is not just a matter of brute strength. Good technique is also essential. Next, timing. Timing is crucial in the jumping smash. The player must time the swing perfectly in order to apply the maximum amount of force to the shuttlecock. Last but not least is the projectile trajectory. It's the path that the shuttlecock takes through the air after it is hit by the racket. The projectile trajectory is important for controlling the direction and distance of the smash. I will tell you about factors contribute to the projectile trajectory. First of all is angle of impact. The angle of impact between the racket and the shuttlecock will affect the direction of the smash. The speed of impact. The speed of impact between the racket and the shuttlecock will affect the distance of the smash. Spin. The amount of spin that is applied to the shuttlecock will also affect its trajectory. As you can see right here, the pro athlete at first picture have a less angle in elbow joint than the novice athlete. In order to hit the shuttlecock more faster, it requires a lot less angle. With the technique, the pro can smash the shuttlecock more faster than the novice. And they jump high. As you can see, the pro jump more higher than the novice athlete. The summation of force, the pro athletes smash more faster rather than the novice athlete because of the neuromuscular. Next is projectile trajectory. As you can see at the racket, the pro pin slightly the face of the racket in order to angle the shuttlecock at the right point. Kinetic analysis. The force. What is force? Force is a push or pull that can cause an object to change its velocity. Example, to accelerate unless counterbalanced by other force. The concept of force makes the everyday notion of pushing or pulling mathematically precise because the magnitude and direction of a force are both important. Force is a vector quantity. The SI unit of force is the Newton, and the force is often represented by the symbol F. So the formula of force is F equals to ma, mass time acceleration. During the takeoff, as the player jumps into the air, they generate force from their legs by extending their knees and ankle explosively. During the swing, as the player swings their racket, they generate force by transferring energy from the legs to the upper body and then rotating the torso and arms. At impact, at the moment of impact with the shuttlecock, the players generate force by snapping their wrist and extending their arm fully. The force generated at each of these key points is essential for a powerful and effective jumping smash. By understanding when and how force is generated during the jumping smash, players can identify areas where they can improve their technique and performance. As you can see, these two athletes produce different amount of force. The professional athlete produce more than the novice athletes. Kinetic analysis of torque. What is torque? Torque is a rotational force applied to a body segment. It is calculated by multiplying the force applied by the distance from the pivot point. In the context of human movement, torque is generated by the contraction of muscle. Torque is important in biomechanics because it is a measure of the power and speed that can be generated by a body segment. For example, the torque generated by the leg muscle is important for jumping, while the torque generated by the shoulder muscle is important for smashing. So the formula of torque is torques equal to radius x force. Another is torque equal to inertia x angular acceleration. The SI unit for torque is Newton meter. In order to generate torque, the player must develop core strength, upper body strength, and timing. Jumping smash torque is generated by the rotation of the player's torso and arms around the shoulder joint. It begins with the player jumping into the air and transferring energy from the legs to the upper body. As the player swings their racket, they generate torque at the shoulder, elbow, and wrist. This torque is then transferred to the racket, which accelerates and hits the shuttlecock. The torque generated in the jumping smash is important because it helps to accelerate the racket during the swing. The greater the torque generated, the faster the racket will accelerate and the more powerful the smash will be. As you can see, during takeoff, both of them takes a little slightly bend on the knees to maximize, to increase the muscle contraction to create torque for the jumping. But the pro, as you can see, the pro take more bend than the novice. And other thing, as you can see, on air, the professional athlete spin the racket slightly to channel force to the racket to generate, to transfer torque to the racket. Slightly bend in the wrist to have a distance to contract the muscle to generate torque.
Last, we go to the conclusion of this analysis. Okay, first is we know that the technique is the most crucial factor in increase the power of smash in badminton. It means that timing and technique have a much bigger impact on the speed of your smash. Second is in order to generate more force while hitting the ball, professional players typically have a greater angle at the joint, different with a novice player. Okay, third is we conclude that our athlete has a few difference in skill like angle at the joint in every movement phase. As you can see at the slide before this, that explain the movement phase, which is preparation, timing, acceleration, and follow through. Okay, next is this analysis highlight the critical role of biomechanics, techniques, and power generation in achieving success. And last one is professional benefits from superior biomechanical efficiency, power generation, timing, and racket control, all of which contributes to the ability to execute more potent and accurate smash. For example, during a smash, the performer should have a sufficient explosive strength before to do the jumping smash. So, this jumping smash is very important in badminton sport. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you.